just a little bit of what it feels like to be up here tonight. And to do that, you'll have to visualize that you were born here in Truro in 1938. At the age of 5, you will move to Lunenburg, where you'll fall in love with the sea and sailing. At the age of 7, your uncle will give you your first boat, and you'll learn how to sail for the next 7 years. When you're 14 years of age, you will come up with a new way to rig the boat. Makes it go faster, better in the water. And when you're 15, you'll go in your first regatta. When you're 18, you'll build your own boat. Let's call it a catamaran. And because of the way you're rigging that boat, you get to tour through the Maritimes with the Blue Nose. A few years later, you set sail for the high sea. You go to all the different ports. In every place you go, your reputation precedes you because you're from the Maritimes and you're from the town of Lunenburg. You're 75 and you can't put the sails up too well anymore. You're about to drop the anchor and somebody calls you and they said, come back to Lunenburg. We want to thank you for what you've done and we want to put your name on the wall. Just think how you'd feel sailing into the harbor when you see all the people on the shore waiting for you to come back after all those years that you did that at sea. That's how I feel here right now. Thank you. While you were being born here in Truro, I was born down the road, just a little ways down the road in Woofle. When I was 5, I moved to Mahone Bay and I fell in love with music. My grandmother had a whole bunch of records way back the early 1900s, and in '43 I heard my first records there. When I was 7 years old, my uncle gave me my first guitar. When I was 13, I discovered what they call the country jump blues. When I was 14, I did my debut for the Halifax Colored Citizens Improvement League in Halifax. When I was 18, while you were sailing around the Maritimes in your boat with the Blue Nose, I was going around the Maritimes with Bill Haley in the Comets. When you set sail for the high sea, I went on the road. And I've been on the road for 50 years. I have not been back in Nova Scotia professionally since 1963. Now I come back every year. Lobsters are good. I have a wonderful brother, Eugene, great sister-in-law, Doris, and we come down here and we eat their lobsters every year. So folks, to be here tonight, to me, it's the end of a circle of a life well lived through the magic of music. It's wonderful to be here. This is one of the records that I listened to in 1943. It's from 1928. It's by Jimmy Rogers, a singing brakeman. This was the hero that Hank Snow used to listen to. My grandmother, Grace Tanner from Mahone Bay, bought this when it was new. I heard it, as I say, the first time in '43. She gave it to my mother, and my mother gave me a box with 30 of these in them. I have Hank Snow's original record from 1932, still in the jacket in pristine condition. This is the man that led us all. Every one of us that have gone in the music business started with this gentleman right here. And tonight, Mr. President, if you'd like to come up, I'd like to donate this to the Nova Scotia Country Music Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Ed. This will be very proudly displayed with the rest of our memorabilia in the Nova Scotia Country Music Hall of Fame. Thank you so much.
Now folks, I lost the use of my hands a couple of years ago, and I can't play the instrument that I played for 60 years all over the place. For those 60 years, I played the same music that I learned to play in 1953. I never changed it. So I'm sorry, I can't play my guitar, but what I do is I have a bit of music here, and I'll try to sing a few songs with you. This old 75-year-old voice will hold together.